Who is a journalist and what is journalism is very important for all of these legacy brands. There is still an audience for magazines. We deliver 30 million copies in print every month of our 23 brands, and that circulation is held up very well. Newsstand, much less well, and I think that's very much a function of the growth of mobile. If you just go to an airport and look around for someone who's reading a newspaper or a magazine, and then look at the people who are looking at their phones, it's not a very fair fight.
What I tend to say is that we are producing or trying to produce mind-stretching journalism for the globally curious. And the ranks of the globally curious are increasing dramatically. Globalization, the rise of the middle class in emerging economies means that our potential readers, there's just very many more of them. And I guess I'm kind of more optimistic than you are, Norm. I think there really is a strong future for the best kind of journalism. I think some journalism is troubled, but we are lucky that subscriptions is a large part of our business. But actually, even advertising, I think that will be there for really, really strong journalism. And so for me, there are kind of two big challenges. The most important is to maintain that best quality journalism. We're in a winner-takes-all world, I think, in every industry, and in our industry too. It's no longer good enough to be just okay.
If I look at the data, journalism is as alive as it has never been before in the history, at least as far as I know. If you just look at the top brands, top journalistic brands in Germany, Focus, Bild, Spiegel, they have a reach today of 20 million, 19 million, 17 million. If you would have asked editors-in-chief 25 years ago in print, this is massive reach. Basically, these three brands in Germany reach every fourth German per month. This is amazing and has never been seen before in print. So journalism itself is very much alive.
Well, when I worry about the future of journalism, I particularly think about government intrusions. I think we also have to begin by also asking the question, who is a journalist? If you look at the Committee to Protect Journalists roster of areas of concern, more than half of them are people who do not work for established media organizations.
This is not happening anymore because the advertising department, we've given that away to Google, Criteo, and the like. So there's nobody we can actually scream at for the false promise of a small uplift in CPM. The funny thing is, all the big ones have recognized, if you look at AMP, if you look at instant articles, their argument is obviously not give me your content because I can better monetize it. Their argument is give me your article because I can deliver it faster to the consumer. I can give the consumer a better integrated experience. The moment journalists, editors, press houses start unbundling the experience and ads and content is one combined experience from the user. He doesn't know that the ad is not coming from Time or from whoever. The moment we start unbundling the user experience, we have lost because we've given it to a platform that we don't own.
I think realistically, Zanny is correct that you reach a very large audience. I mean, the New York Times has built a very successful subscription business, but it's a relatively small percentage of the people who look at New York Times stories. And I think that's a fair trade-off. So I think we really not only have no choice, but to play with Facebook and Google, but I think it's an opportunity for us.
And how do we ensure that it succeeds and grows in this new world? And if we don't do it, it's because we've messed up, because the potential is clearly there. So it's how do we do it? And I guess the one specific thing, and this is, how do you do all of this change without wrecking the culture of the organization? The culture of The Economist is very special. It's a pretty small place. There's not that many of us. How do you transform it, get the team of people to work together to change enough, but also without losing its core culture?